Well, hello, welcome to another video. This is an unboxing video, as you can see from the thumbnail. It's going to be finally some high school DxD figures to expand my collection. It's the 15th anniversary of Akeno and Rias. Got them by Kadokawa. So I got them last year. We've had them for like a few months now, and just finally getting around to actually doing an unboxing video on them. Obviously, with them being cast-off figures, the cast-off bit won't be in this video. Obviously, you have to check out my Patreon for the cast-off review of them. But yeah, I'll come back once I've got them out of the boxes, and we can have a look at the figures and see how good they are. Yeah, and good to go over the boxing experience. But yeah, I've got to obviously crank out some more of these. Comment, like, and subscribe for future videos. I've got a lot more figures to unbox. Majority of them being cast-off figures as well. So their safe for work versions will obviously be here on YouTube, whereas their uncensored versions will be up on my Patreon, which is free at the moment. I've not got any subscription or anything for that, obviously, with this being such a small channel. So yeah, we'll come back once I've got both these out of their boxes. Well, managed to get them out of their box. I guess we'll start with Rias first off. She immaculate paint job. Kadokawa have outdone themselves, I'd say. I'm pretty sure these are my first Kadokawa figures as well, actually, but their paint job is immaculate. The detail on the hair shading is really good. Like with Rias's fiery red hair, they've done a really good job. Yeah, I really like the unboxing experience. Was pretty good as well. Pretty simple overall. So yeah, but she's love the outfit she's in. Love the hair, especially the fringe shading. You probably can't see it too well in camera. More so, but I'll try and get some better photos and shots, at least B-roll, as I'm talking about it. But we'll start from the top. Or I guess we'll start with the unboxing experience. Unboxing was really simple, pretty nice and easy. Your traditional sort of blister pack design. You get quite a few accessories as well, actually. You get loads of rose petals and roses that you can have around on the base if you want. And you get a little lantern as well, which you can light up, but it's an aftermarket mod. There was nothing included in the box that says that had the option to light it up. But apart from the instructions, it mentions about putting like a matchstick sort of thing in this post here, and then you just drop the lantern over the top. But what I'm thinking of doing is modifying this a bit and doing a little bit of electrical engineering. that's my job, is to actually run like a flicker LED, or get an LED and then have to run some sort of circuitry underneath with a battery pack, so I can see the post there and drill right through it, and then I can have like a matchstick sort of thing to make a flame flicker effect, and then that can be permanently on, and then I can just have obviously this over the top, and then they'll have the lantern, light flickering effect. So that'll be actually obviously an undertaking to modify a figure like that, or I'll look at this aftermarket option that they have that you can insert in, but I think it's a very little LED sort of thing, if I remember correctly. I shall have a look, try and look for it now actually while I can. I've managed to find that little LED add-on. It's called a MyLight 372Y mini LED kit, which is done by a company called Hiromen Sangyo, which I found a link for it on Hobby Link Japan. So yeah, and that's only about £3. So if you did want to, you can add that, and that's going to be the same I would expect for Akeno's one as well when we get to Akeno. But yeah, so you can do that, but it is a tiny little LED thing. Batteries attached to the light. The battery cannot be replaced. So they are, unfortunately, sort of like you activate them and that's it. They'll flicker until the battery dies. So these aren't very well, they're not very user friendly, I think, overall, since you just have to chuck them away and then replace them. So what I'm gonna actually do is, as I mentioned, I think I'll run through the hole through the base, do some wiring, and then run a mini LED and look at doing a flickering effect. You probably can find an LED that can do the flickering effect built in. If not, I'll have to do some circuitry and maybe a bit of programming, and then run that all off of a battery pack. And then I'll probably chuck a like Type-C recharging port on the back to recharge the base itself. So that would be a nice little a hobby, I think, to attempt to do actually. So definitely subscribe for me to do that in the future. It's not something I'm gonna immediately go out and do, as I've got obviously all my other figures to get through and unbox first. But that will be an upcoming video. I think that'll be a nice video to do, showing you that you can do some things directly to the figure themselves rather than just dressing them up and having other like backdrops and stuff like that. Although I think having these two together would be nice to have them as some sort of nightwear backdrop or something, but they're just gonna go on the shelf with my other high school DxD figures. But that's it for the unboxing experience. You get a body swap as well for the torso, which is fully cast off, obviously, at least in the chest area. But yeah, she looks really good. The actual figure, immaculately well done. I love the hair, and the paint job looks really nicely done with this figure. Sculpting, great. Paint job is immaculate. As I said, the hair shading looks really good, and is really nicely sculpted. Akeno's one is just another level as well, to be honest. But yeah, Rias is really good. I love the face. You get two face options. I've just kept the default one for now. I might look at exploring that in the future. If I do put both of these sort of in their own display cube, I think I might do, especially if I'm going to run the LED as an option as well. And that might be something to do in the future, just to make a bit more premium and protect these figures, since they are sort of these are, I would say, in terms of high school DxD figures, these are the best ones I've come across. Obviously I've only really got quarter scales at the moment and no other scale figures, but I'm hunting down some in the future. But yeah, this is hands down my best Rias Squimmo figure that I've got in so far. Yeah, she looks really good, and yeah, the little lantern will be a nice little add-on and mod to do to this figure. Great figure, 9 out of 10. I would say definitely worth getting a hold of. Only one available now on Ami is the actual Anniversary one with the fragrance accessory add-on, which I didn't see the point of doing that. You do get posters as well with these. Which one's this one? This one, I don't know whose this one is. So you get a poster with each. So I won't show the posters actually. They're just B2 posters. I've got a little I've got a book anyways to put posters in, so I don't have to put them up on display on the wall or anything like that, and it flattens them out for me. So yeah, she looks really good. Love the stool. Paint job looks really good. Now no defects. The stool putting on the base, you can only put it on one way. The bottom of the leg, they're keyed. So one's an actual round post, the other three are half, like quarter circles. So then like a triangle with an arch. So yeah, you can only put the stool in one way, so that's fine. The paint job on the rose as well is fine. There's good shading on there. The other roses that are included as accessories are very nicely painted as well. Those you get some quite long roses as well, so you could probably do some sort of like vase and put them in on the base, or have them scattered about the base. But I didn't want to put them on, just have more loose bits and pieces going around her. So let's take the lantern off. But yeah, she's a great looking figure. Definitely, I would say worth the hype of getting a hold of. Easily worth getting hold of, I would say definitely this one. She came perfectly fine, and no damage at all that I can see on this figure. All the skin, and that's why I've got gloves on, so I don't mark the figure up myself with my own greasy fingers. So yeah, that's Rias. Definitely the best Rias figure I've come across. I want Akeno. She looks really good, but I'll have to talk about the unboxing experience because it was a bit of a pain. But yeah, here she is. She's just loosely on here, so she's got a bit more freedom for movement. And that was just a little like check coin chest, like treasure chest box, lockbox. But yeah, she looks really good, just like Rias always is, and the hair sculpting is immaculate, with the hair ponytail come all the way down and sculpting around the bloody whole base, around the beanie, the cushion that she sat on, and then looping around to here as well. So, and then there's two little posts that this little come off bit of the strand sticks into the actual cushion there as well, to keep that nice and tight so it's not flipping all over the place. But yeah, she looks really good. I love the pose that she's in, and the different height is quite nice, with the bases being, and let me just get her off of the base for the sec. With the bases being this sort of plank design, you can obviously put them next to each other, which is the way they're intended to if you're going to buy both of them and display them. You can also use the same My Light Y327Y. I'll have that linked down below in this as well, and you put it in the top of the chandelier, and it gets, again, this is what that lights up as well. This one I think would be almost impossible for me to mod, unfortunately, unlike the one that's on the floor with Rias. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can actually, like, I could obviously run a cable up through there, but I'd have to perfectly get a pathway from top to bottom through here along the entire shaft, which would be almost impossible for me to do accurately without it coming out the side or whatnot of this. So I might have to get a couple of those and just run it like that, or depending on how this is obviously facing, as this is the front and this is in the back left corner of the base, I could run the wire up along the back side. So I could potentially run a hole through this side there, run a hole part of the base, and then come out near the bottom of the base near the post, and then run that wire up along the back side. Do that and implement a sort of prongs method. So have two spring prongs and then metal contact pads on the base here, which will then send power up to the LED, and then implement the same sort of design. I think that I could do that. It's definitely just a much more of a risk of doing that sort of implementation. It would be, again, an interesting video to try and do, but that will be for future future Gary to get hold of and do, and not immediately me. Whether that means I potentially buy another one of these each, just so then I've got backup in case I ruin it, I might have to do that. But yeah, these in the aftermarket, I'm a bit worried about in the aftermarket, but yeah, she looks really good. The unboxing experience, my god, what a nightmare that was. It's a vertically stacked blister pack, so trying to pull her out is an absolute nightmare. And I to open the box upside down. The suction from the bottom base just wasn't letting it out. I managed to then get her out, but then I had her upside down to get the bottom blisters out, and obviously cut the tape. But then that meant she was actually hitting the roof of the top blister, which obviously could potentially cause damage depending on how you. So unboxing her was an absolute trifle. Is just a 9 to do. So I didn't like the unboxing experience. I wish it was more front back blister, but I can understand why they couldn't do that with this position that she's in, obviously, with her being more low down and flat, and taken up, obviously, especially with their hair as well. They could have done the hair separately though, taken the hair off and then had their obviously body separate, and then done it in that way, in that kind of thing, because obviously the base is still going to take up a lot of depth, but not as more than the hair anyways. So I think they could have redesigned the blistering, the packaging a bit better to make it a bit easier of an unboxing experience. In terms of accessories, she comes with a lot of coins as well. Well, not loads, but she comes with a fair few loose coins and this little tool, lockbox gold coin chest thing. So I've got just the chest. I haven't got the loose coins on here, obviously. But yeah, she looks really good. The hair shading again and hair sculpting looks immaculate with this. Her little sort of ponytail scrunchie is really nicely done. Love the colorway of the outfit, the shading as well on the knee joints. Everything looks really good. She's just immaculately done. Her heels are definitely more elegant than Rias's. Rias's look more rounded, you know, more like platform sort of shoes than Akeno's. Akeno is definitely a lot more elegant and sharp heeled, I would say. So yeah, she's a great looking figure. And then when you do get different arm options when you're displaying them fully cast off, so yeah, if you want to do that, you do have to use the other hand option from I'm aware of, since obviously they haven't got the outfit on them. So for Akeno it's her left arm, and for Rias it's her right arm, from what I'm aware of, that gets changed. But yeah, they're great looking figures, definitely worth getting hold of if you're a fan of High School DxD. And I would say definitely subscribe for future, for the modding I'm going to be doing, definitely to Rias's. Akeno's one is just going to be a lot more challenging, and I might get a couple of these Mylight Y327Ys in to see how they are performance wise and what the sort of battery could be like. So yeah, yeah, it looks like they've been selling these for years on High School, on Hobby Link Japan. They released in 2017, and I can order them. So I think they're like a continuation sort of thing. So yeah, not included. One includes one yellow. It looks like you can get them in different colours as well. There's another photo that has like greens and reds. So you'd obviously use yellow for lights, for like the lamp and the lantern. Yeah, great looking figure. Definitely worth getting a hold of, I think, especially for High School DxD fans. And comment, like, and subscribe for that future video and more unboxing videos in the future. And hopefully enjoyed the B-roll that I've shown, and there'll be more B-roll after this for you to enjoy as well. So catch you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.